and welcome back on The Green Therapy. Hated by some and loved by others, the truth is that natural medicine has caused a revolution in the world, especially now that the fitness and health movement is in fashion. This branch of non-conventional medicine comes from the time of our ancestors, and if they were cured with this type of medicine, why wouldn't it work for us if we are still humans, coming from nature itself? This was the ideal of Alfred Bowman, better known as Dr. Sebi, a guy way ahead of his time and with a great humanitarian interest, honest, and with a lot of pride. He had many obstacles in his way to become who he was. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. This will help us to keep creating content of this kind. Make sure you watch the video to the end and let us know what you think in the comments. Now, let's get to the video. Alfredo Bowman, who would later be known as Dr. Sebi, was born on November 26, 1933, in the town of Ilanga in northern Honduras near Trujillo. He was the son of an islander and a Garifuna, a local ethnic group. At that time, the port of Trujillo was an isolated and distant place, requiring several weeks of travel to reach Tegucigalpa or San Pedro Sula. Even at the time, it was easier to travel to New Orleans than to the interior of the country. He later settled in the United States, where his work became more recognized. He passed away on August 6, 2016, at the age of 82. It is not known for sure what was the cause of his death, but we will not get into conspiratorial topics in this video. In this video, we will tell you about his philosophy, his life, achievements, and disappointments that he had to go through during many years to become recognized in natural medicine. Better known as Dr. Sebi, he gained a lot of notoriety for proclaiming to cure different diseases such as diabetes, HIV, herpes, lupus, among other ailments. Not only did he treat people close to him, but he treated many celebrities as well, such as Michael Jackson, which we will talk about later, and Lisa Lopes of the musical group TLC. With a totally naturopathic style, Bowman believed that any disease could be cured through food and fasting, something that, for the time, was unthinkable. Even today, many physicians are considered detractors of this belief. Alfredo never attended school. In the 30s and 40s in Honduras, only a small group of children in the main cities received formal education. This due to the level of poverty so aggressive that existed, and apart from the racism to which he was subjected because of his skin color. All the knowledge he had was obtained in a completely self-taught way, so he was not really a doctor recognized by the medical community, but he was labeled as crazy and as a subject that could do a lot of damage with his practices. At a very young age, he went to La Ceiba, a more developed coastal municipality where job opportunities were better for young blacks. As soon as he arrived, he began to work in the port, loading the banana ships that would later leave for the United States. He soon became a sailor. It was on the high seas that he learned how the ship's drains worked, since his job was to clean them, and as he himself explained years later, he applied the same principle to the human body. A difficult childhood, a disorderly life, and hard work caused Bowman, at only 30 years of age, to suffer from numerous illnesses that cut short his dreams. He came to the United States with many health problems. Sebi suffered from asthma, diabetes, impotence, schizophrenia, and obesity at such a young age and weighed over 250 pounds. In the early 1960s, Sebi sought medical attention for his health problems. He was even committed for schizophrenia and paranoia to a New Jersey sanitarium in 1961, but none of the treatments he underwent yielded positive results. Finally, one day, his search led him to an herbalist in Mexico, Alfredo Cortez, who cured him and became his teacher. Dr. Sebi was born. They say you can't change the world without first earning yourself some trouble, and Dr. Sebi's vision got him into trouble, to the point that when he began to gain some popularity, he had a lawsuit filed against him in the New York Supreme Court. The fact of proclaiming a cure for various incurable diseases led him to face charges of practicing medicine without a license in 1988. The most curious thing about this was that Dr. Sebi presented more than 70 patients with reliable proof that he had cured these diseases, which made him win the trial and set him free. This further boosted his popularity and acceptance among the people, making him a legend. Dr. Sebi's philosophy was ahead of its time, but at the same time, it was based on some nutritional principles that are still valid today. Dr. Sebi believed that every disease could be cured by means of food, but above all, by abstaining unsuitable foods. Following in the footsteps of the great Hippocrates, the father of medicine, he believed that by using medicinal herbs, algae such as sea moss, and consuming alkaline foods, you could be cured of any illness. This led him to become an enemy of the big pharmaceutical companies, as he claimed that with his alkaline diet, he could cure diseases such as AIDS. Another reason Dr. Sebi became well known was his belief that there was only one reason why people got sick. His saying was, "There is only one cause for illness, and that is mucus. If you eliminate the mucus, you eliminate the disease." This ideal he imparted during his lifetime was so popular that it reached the ears of many artists he had as clients, including John Travolta, Steven Seagal, Lisa Lopes, and the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. With the latter, he had a bittersweet experience, as he claims that after curing the king of pop of many diseases due to medical treatments that were killing him, the agreed payment of $2,000 per day became a payment of $10,000 for the total of his services that took more than 6 months. And what are the remedies or foods that cured so many people and Michael Jackson himself? Dr. Sebi's official website, drsebicelfood.com, published the official list of foods allowed by the herbalist. This extensive list of foods included vegetables, oils, fruits, a variety of herbal teas, grains, and condiments. In addition, Dr. Sebi placed great emphasis on iron intake. He said that it was impossible to get sick when the body was supplied with large amounts of iron. This mineral is essential for the blood, and it is the blood that supplies the body and the brain with oxygen, thus improving its functioning. It also said that this is the only magnetic mineral, which makes more minerals adhere to it, thus improving the supply of minerals we need on a daily basis. Quite an interesting approach, considering that at the time he lived, there were not so many advances, and moreover, he had no formal studies on the subject. Dr. Sebi lived a life full of controversies, the last one being the one that would lead to his death in strange conditions. On May 28, 2016, Dr. Sebi and his partner, Pablo Medina Gamboa, were arrested at the airport on the island of Roatan, where they attempted to take a private flight to La Ceiba with a total of $50,000 in cash, $20,000 in possession of Dr. Sebi, and $30,000 in Gamboa. According to press reports, Sebi reported the origin of the money as proceeds from the sales of the medicines he manufactured. However, this was not enough, and he was sent to prison, where only a few months later he was found dead by his friend Junia Garden. You may or may not agree with Dr. Sebi's beliefs, but that doesn't take away the fact that he was a fascinating man with a lot of wisdom who left a legacy that will live on for a long time. New trends point towards a more natural style, a subject in which this famous herbalist was an expert. Perhaps in the future, we will again have new practitioners of this discipline with the willingness to improve the quality of life of people. That was all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content like this. Let me know in the comments box if you have already tried Dr. Sebi's diet and how did it go. See you next time.